We know America has a debt problem. Little did we know that our debt problem is worse than the entire Eurozone and the UK combined. A new report from Republicans on the Senate Budget Committee putting the numbers in stark contrast. Now, we went ahead and confirmed these numbers. We have calculators as well. And numbers that come as no surprise to this young lady, Gretchen Hamel, who has several calculators. She joins us from Public Notice. You know, Gretchen, the most remarkable thing in this data just relies on statistics from each country, and you add them up, and then you compare our debt levels. We are in a world of hurt.
We are in a world of hurt, and the U.S. Treasury just released numbers for this past month, and it's basically the U.S.'s bank statement that they release every year, and we're $198 billion increase in our deficit just in the past month. That's a 42nd straight month that we've seen an increase in our deficit, and that would be like buying Instagram, Facebook buying Instagram, the government buying Instagram 198 times just in 1 month.
What is interesting, too, is let's say you do go ahead and tax the rich or apply this Buffett rule. And by the way, Gretchen, I know you'll be tuning at 6 p.m. tonight because we're going to go into detail on the math on Fox Business tonight. By the way, Gretchen, you don't get it. You should demand it.
Of course.
But I digress. But the point of that is, let's say the president gets his way, taxes all the rich at this new 30% top rate, anyone over $1 million. So if they're paying 50%, now it's 30%, yada, yada. $47 billion is raised over 10 years.
Yep.
Now, you just mentioned close to $200 billion spent, added to the deficit in a month. Obviously, you're going nowhere fast just taxing the rich. So you either got to tax a whole bunch more people, a whole lot more, period, or you cut spending. I kind of know how this script goes.
Exactly, and there's no way you can tax your way out of this. You could tax everyone at 100% for a whole year and not get out of this. Taxes are not the answer, and just like a doctor treating a patient, you go to the source of the problem, and the problem here is overspending. We've seen a 47% increase in our debt since President Obama has become president. Now, Republicans and Democrats are both guilty of this, but someone has to stop it, and someone has to show the leadership to take care of this problem, which is going to be an avoidable situation. We don't have to end up like Greece. We don't have to end up like Europe to where it starts dragging down our market even more. This is something that we can actually tackle now with real solutions.
You know what's interesting too, Gretchen? Always got this, oh, they're raising all this now that Obama's president. They never did when the last guy was in, and that is untrue. We were one of the few shows that criticized the bailouts at the time, saying that they would lead to fiscal oblivion, which I think it did. We were also critical, supporting the war effort, though it might have been in Afghanistan and Iraq. We thought that that should be on budget, so everyone knew how much this was costing. So be that as it may, I think we're past sort of the finger-pointing stage. We either slow this monstrosity down or it will conquer us. And here's where I give these protesting Europeans credit. They are facing those problems, not happily, not easily, not robustly, but they are. We're not at all.
Exactly, we're not at all. And, you know, Merkel, the German chancellor, stood up before her people and said this is going to be a long, hard road, but we have to tackle it now. She was honest with her constituents, with the public, and that's what we need here in Washington, is someone to be honest with us, to say, hey, we have got to stop this spending. We are going to have to make cuts, and together we can get through this for a better America. Now, if you look at Gallup, they have been asking a question for decades. Will the future next generation be better off than you are? And forever, it's always been yes, of course the next generation will be better off. But in April of 2010, we saw that change to where people do not believe the next generation will be better off, and they still don't believe it will be better off. And one reason of that is because of government spending. It's the economy, it's jobs, it's government spending. It's that hope that we will not have a better nation and a better economy.
It's true. Gretchen, thank you very much.